Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years. Hey everyone, welcome to the Q&A with Chris and Tammy. And you know, this is one of the amazing benefits. I remember Tammy and I did a session on the 3 benefits. Actually, we covered 4 benefits of the industry of network marketing. Make a long story short, it's just amazing how much people really do not understand the power of this industry and the kind of leverage it gives you in life.
And I think often people are signed up by people who've never had experience outside of their own local market, maybe in their own, own country. But there's so much potential in building international. And we've been doing this for how long, Chris? I think 25 years. This particular company, we've been doing it for 16 years in building international. And it's such a blast. There's nothing like going to an international market, building the foundation, getting to know people. You know, we all have the same vision. We all have the same dreams, the same goals. We all want to make more income. We all want to have better schools for our children and so on and so forth. So, you know, it's nice to get into the markets and really making a difference. I think that's why we get so excited and passionate. So when, 2.5 years we couldn't travel, man, you get out
3
there.
years,
It's like,
actually.
was it 3 years?
Wow.
And it's like, oh man, it's so refreshing to be back out doing what we do, what we love doing.
It's nice to do everything online. I have to admit that it has given us so much freedom to be less, let's say, restrictive, to always have to get into a plane and go somewhere. But in the same time, like Sammy said, there's nothing like meeting people face to face. Nothing like it, and it's just incredible. And I know for those of you listening here, you may not look at network marketing as a type of business model that you feel could be profitable. What we recommend is really get a better understanding of this industry. We want to give you an example of how do we launch. Like, we're here in Mexico, we don't know anybody. How do we come here and meet people on a regular basis? Well, one of the things that the pandemic has done is we had to convert from offline to online. And through the process of doing these things, what we did is we started really understanding the power of, for example, ad campaigns. Let's take Facebook ad campaigns, for example, because it's so efficient, so easy to do. And we created a beautiful flyer promoting our upcoming visit. How do we start? Well, we said, what do we do in ad campaign?
Yeah.
And getting people to send us a message, right? And so we started our ad campaign, and next thing we know,
6 business partners that are here. We're all doing the same.
Exactly. So, but next thing we know is we started receiving one lead that shares some interest, and then a second, and then a third. Now it's an average of 2 to 3, sometimes 4 a day. They tend to revive it. They tend to come in the evening. And then what we did is we did a little video in English, and some were Spanish speaking, and we did subtitles. And there's a little app that will actually convert verbally what we say. You know, as you know, with Zoom, it will actually underline what you're saying live. Well, you can actually Google translate that, right? So it was just amazing. So now we had this international video where we had English and we have Spanish, but everything was subtitled in Spanish. So what happened here is that it gives us leverage.
Yeah.
And then from there, every time someone shares an interest, now I think we have something like, there's probably about 50 leads that popped in. We met with how many? Maybe 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, of those
right?
leads, yeah.
And
so
we're building a relationship with these folks. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's not all that we're doing here. We've looked for some local meetup groups. So we're attending one on Thursday, a business.
Meetups.com.
Yeah. So we're attending a local one here, and of course, getting into the brand new associates that started. Is going into their network and having them invite their connections. We're out and about doing our stuff, groceries, different things that we're doing, shopping.
Well, yesterday we went
And-
shopping.
yeah, and we went downtown and
talking
met some
to
people.
Yeah, we started talking to these salespeople. And
Yeah.
some of them are just amazing in building the relationship
Yeah.
to get you to come into their stores.
Yeah.
And I come into them and says, "Do you know how much skills you have? Do you own this store?" He says, "No, I'm just working here." "Do you know how much you're worth?"
Yeah.
Would you be open to look at a business model that can really justify financially your self-worth of what you're worth? And next thing you know, again, this is more leads. You see, as you keep
People are so
interacting
open.
with the market and using social media and the translation that are available today, language barriers are non-issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a non-issue. So there's so much that you can do building in a new market.
And the key is to be prepared. You just can't
Yeah.
parachute and literally not know anybody and have no plan. Because Chris was doing Facebook ads, I was joining Facebook groups,
Yes.
and we've signed people up through that. We've signed people up through ads. So we prepared ourselves before, and then the moment we met up with our partners who have never done this before and wanted some visual learning, we went through the process with them, and we're all doing really well. So we're excited. We're excited to be here. We're going to make such a huge difference in Mexico and in people's lives, starting with Merida, because that's where we are right
Absolutely.
now.
Folks, listen, it's always a pleasure to share with you, and we look forward to reconnecting. So have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Take care.